Hello, friends. Hello, hello. Welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I am thrilled to be talking with you and just to take this minute. I want to share a powerful update with you that I'm so excited about. And basically, I just, I'm tired, but my spirit is soaring, and I know your spirit is going to soar too when you hear this. Okay, so what happened was you guys helped sponsor some pastors in Guatemala, some of the missionaries we work with, and others that most of them we have helped. We're helping provide curriculum to their churches and so on. And you guys helped them, help sponsor them to go on a retreat, a pastor's retreat, and we provided the lodging and the food, and for 14 pastors. So what happened was they went up there on Monday afternoon, and or Monday morning, I'm not sure exactly what time of day, but anyway, so they were on the pastor's retreat Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And it was amazing. Y'all, I just got the report yesterday. I mean, I got kind of like a middle of the road report, like halfway through, I guess, after one day. But then I knew they were tired and going all out, so I didn't chase them for another report. And when they waited till they got home and had a chance to rest, and then I just followed up, and they had sent me pictures and everything. But so I was talking with our main pastor, whom we work with the most down there, and he was just telling me what had happened. And he said that they were so happy. Now, I'm getting to a huge story about 22 people being saved, okay? But let me get there. So he said these pastors were so happy, 14 of them, it's 7 men and 7 women, 7 married couples. But they're all pastoring. It's not just like the wives are decorative. They're all working super hard. In fact, one of our missionaries is working so hard that she's actually endangered her health, and her doctor has prescribed total rest, and we need your prayers about that. And so anyway, so the pastors went Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we sent 14 of them. We would have sent as many as we could. I mean, that was as many as we could afford, because we wanted to sponsor the whole thing so it wouldn't be a drain on their families. Although we could have sent many, many more, but 14 was a great start, and that's a large number. It was great. And so anyway, let's see here. So we heard yesterday that they had the best time. They got some time, amazing. They said they had beautiful time with the Lord. They were sharing the word with each other, encouraging one another, ministering to one another. They had some time to rest. They ate very well, which you guys provided the food. And so you can imagine that, 14 people times 7 meals. And it was a tourist location. It's not necessarily an expensive location for lodging, but it's kind of the big place that people go. It's at a lake up in the mountains about 3 hours from the city on really crazy third world roads. But anyway, so you guys provided, hi everybody. So you guys provided the food and blessed them with that. And they had the best time. And I have some photos I'll send you guys by email. But they are just a smile on us. And these pastors are of all ages. Some of them are like younger, like my age, in their 40s. Some of them are like probably in their upper 60s, maybe even a little more. I'm not a good judge of age. So anyway, they went, and you guys helped do that. And they ministered to one another. They encouraged each other. They built relationships with one another. They prayed together. They had the best time. They even, had a little bit of time just to relax and enjoy and get some sleep. And so that was awesome. Now, one of those pastors was so fired up. Now, he has just been appointed as the youth pastor, and he works also with young people in his regular job. Anyway, so he was just appointed as his youth pastor, and he was so fired up after this pastor's retreat this week, and he felt challenged in a good way, and inspired, and ready to really. I mean, he was just refired for his call to minister to youth. So he works with youth in his day job in groups. I'm not sure if he's a teacher or what exactly, but it's something like that. Anyway, and so what he did is he actually went back to work. Now, they were up there through Tuesday, right? So he was back at work yesterday. And so what I heard just today was that he had said he was so fired up about just the Lord from being touched in his heart at this retreat that he went and witnessed to these young people that he works with during his day job. This is not the kids he's pastoring. This is just his day job working with youth. And 22 across the various groups that he witnessed to all in one day, one after the other, 22 of them gave their lives to Jesus. Now, I'm not positive what years these kids are. It sounded to me like they might have been like teenagers or like middle school boys kind of, but I'm not positive. At any rate, no matter what their age was, no matter what I don't know, I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, 22 of them got saved yesterday. And this pastor said, this is a result, I was so fired up, this is a result of being challenged and inspired and encouraged and blessed at this retreat. So you guys who sponsored this retreat not only helped encourage 14 pastors for themselves and for their churches, which is amazing. Not only did you feed them and shelter them and give them time with the Lord and encouragement and time to minister to each other, which they never get. And by the way, they actually told us the very first update I got, which was after they'd been there like one day, like kind of towards the end of like a first 24-hour period, I got a message from our main pastor, and he said, thank you so, so much. I mean, he was effusive in his thanks and said that all the pastors were saying thank you so much that he was almost like he just felt awkward because they were thanking him so much, and he was telling them, and they were all saying their thanks to us. Anyway, they said thank you so much because nobody ever, they actually told me this, and they've told me this many times before, but I want you to hear it. Nobody ever does anything nice for them unless they're trying to manipulate or control them. And I've heard that before from these same pastors. I knew that was the case. We've known that for a while. We didn't ask them for anything, We didn't try to manipulate. We didn't try to control. We're not trying to get, anything. We're just trying to serve them because they are on the front lines of a battle that here in the first world, you and I could never, ever understand. They are getting extorted, having gangs come up to them and say, you have to pay us X amount of money to live on the street or we'll kill you. The nephew of the main pastor we work with, who is also one of the nephew of somebody on my ministry team and the cousin of my employee, was murdered by gangs just recently. He was 18 years old, murdered, and they'd been missing for several months, and they finally, after months, found his body in a basement near his home, so where a gang had got a hold of him, and he probably the first day was killed. These things go on, and it's nothing that we could ever, unless you're deeply involved in the underworld, which I'm not. It's nothing that we in the first world, in the developed world, in developed countries, it's nothing we could understand. But you guys encouraged them, you sheltered them, you lodged them, you fed them. And they said they enjoyed the food so much. They sent me pictures of every single meal, I think. I have all these pictures of their meals. Their faces are this big. And they're just like these big smiles. And then this one time, there's a picture of a couple of the elderly pastors' wives eating ice cream. And they're so excited to have ice cream. You guys did that. So thank you. I don't even have words to tell you how grateful I am. And when I asked them, afterwards, or I asked our main pastor and then the wives and a couple others, how are you feeling and everything? They were just like, we're so blessed, we're so blessed. They sent me messages, they sent me audio voicemails saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And they sent me messages in Spanish. One of them can speak English and sent me several messages in English just saying thank you over and over and over. is so precious what you have done. So I want to say thank you. And can you believe that? 22 young people saved as a result of the fact that you chose to encourage some pastors. And he directly said, I was so encouraged by that meeting that I went out and witnessed to these kids, and 22 of them got saved. That's just incredible. So thank you. And there's so much. Please continue to pray, y'all. We need our parsonage land to sell. And please pray for the health of the pastors. The one that I told you has been prescribed bed rest. I'm very concerned for them. I would like to sow into them a little bit more rest. They actually weren't able to stay all the way till the end of the retreat. This one pastor and their spouse, because they had some things they had to go back and address in their church or in their family or whatever, they had to leave. But like, they've been prescribed complete bed rest or total rest, no work. I don't think they have to be in bed, but they're not allowed to work. And they're not doing it because there's so much pressing eternal work that's on their heart. And I'm very concerned about that. I want to be sure that they get the rest they need. You know, you guys do so much, and I just want to say thank you. But you're making an eternal difference. And I wish I had the words to tell you, and I don't. Sometimes I just feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders, but it's really not. It's Jesus, obviously, and I struggle sometimes with just caring so much. But I want you to know what a huge difference you're making to them, and to me, and to us, and to people around the world. We couldn't do any of this stuff without you, so thank you. Also, Bibles. We've been sending Bibles both to Asia and to Central America. And yesterday, I ordered 500, oh, help me, Lord, my eyes are hurting. I ordered 500 spiritual gifts inventories to be printed that we're about to ship down there by ocean-going container. But we need you. We need your help, and you've been helping, and I thank you. I could never, ever thank you enough. I mean, if I had all the money in the world, it wouldn't be sufficient to say thank you, even like if I were able to give it to you, and here we are asking you guys to partner with us because we're helping these people, but it's all for the sake of Jesus, and I hope you know that, because these are all souls that we're going to cast, or that there's souls that are crowns, that are stars in the crowns that we're casting at the feet of Jesus. And everything, Jesus is worthy of everything. Jesus is deserving of everything. And I appreciate your help in helping me take care of these pastors. Regarding the fundraising appeal I've been sending about Bibles and toilets, we've been sending Bibles. We've received designated gifts of $400 for the toilets. That's going to cost quite a bit more, but we're just going to wait and ask the Lord to provide. I do need to help somehow with this pastor who has been prescribed total rest. They are so tired. They have dozens of groups that they handle in their church. They're just constantly working, constantly. It's crazy. They do such a good job. Anyway, so I love you guys, and I wanted to say thank you. Okay? I have more updates, I know, but I can't share them right now because my eyes are burning with just salty tears. Okay, so I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.